Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video, and thanks so much for watching. Thank you to my day ones, twos, and threes. Thank you to all my new subscribers that's coming in. That means well. Thank you all so very much. Appreciate you and welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you to everybody that supports the channel, that watches the commercials and all that other good stuff. Sends donations to the Cash Apps. Thank you. Appreciate you. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged, some is not. And the Fair Act use is in my description box, y'all. So let's get to it. So, first off, the autopsy report is out, y'all. Okay? The autopsy report is out. And I'm going to read it to you. Fox News, put out the report that he was hit 22 times. And this, autopsy report alone says a lot, y'all. Okay? Remember when we were talking about the numbers adding up? This also tells you that this was premeditated for them to even come up with the 22 hits. Okay, I told y'all about, the numbers adding up in the numerology. They want things like this to add up so people can have something to talk about. This is what they do. Okay, it's just like Mo3 getting hit up on 11/11 and him getting hit up and hit 22 times and all of this mess. It's numerology, which means that somebody's purposely doing this stuff on purpose, that the hitters, okay? They're being told to do this. Now, let's get to the autopsy report, y'all, okay? It says the West Tennessee Regional Forensic Center released the autopsy report for young Dolph. The location young Dolph was hit at include right back, center back, right arm, left chest, left abdomen, right chin, right neck, right wrist, and right shoulder. Okay, y'all? Now, this tells you a whole lot, okay? But remember when I told you all that, I had this dream, and it was clear as day that he was hit in the neck. I said this, and this was before the report came out. And anybody was talking about where exactly he was hit at. He was hit from the front, and he was hit from the side. So, this tells you a whole lot. If you go back to the pictures, all the hits is lower hits. None of these areas and locations of his body was hit on the legs or anything like that. Okay? So this proves also, y'all, that somebody hit him from the inside, not the outside. The guys on the outside was just a front for them to show up on that camera and all of this. This is why I do believe, and this is allegedly, I wasn't there, but I do believe that Raven them call themselves put up cameras and all of this and put up new stuff so that you could clearly see these guys on the front. But when in reality, it was clearly done from the inside. They were just somebody that was supposed to come on from the outside and make it look like it happened from outside. Okay? Now, as tall as Dolph was, for them guys to be hidden that low, his legs would have been hit up, y'all. Why isn't there anything about his legs on this autopsy report being hit up? Okay? So this proves to you all that somebody from the inside got him on the floor first. And then the guys came up from the window and just hit him up from the outside while he was already on the ground, y'all. He was already on the floor, hanging out the window already when they got up there to it. This is what I'm seeing. Because I've never seen anything like this in my life. And I watch news reports. I keep up with. I told you all, this is why I got into this in the first place. Because I like, mystery stuff like this. I keep up with a lot of, people demise. And I like mysteries. I like horror movies and stuff like that. So, this does not add up to what they're telling us. This does not add up to what they're showing. Now, if they can release the autopsy report, then they can release the footage, okay? But they're saying that it's so, bad that they don't want to show it and this and that and that and this. But, this does not line up with what we're being told. That's number one. Numero uno. Okay, y'all? And every time that I've seen somebody hit somebody up that's inside of a store and they're on the outside and they hit the place up, the holes in the windows and the walls are uppercase. It's not lowercase, y'all. It's not all below, the waist down. All the hits were below. So that just shows you that somebody on that inside, started it off. Got him on that floor, and then everybody else from the outside came in, call them the cleanup crew that came on the outside. Okay, now a lot of people are saying that, the images are staged, but I think they did do some hitting because they wanted to make it look as if they were the ones that took him out. They didn't want it to look like the ones that did it was from the inside. Okay, y'all? And I want y'all to pay attention to something that she said. Raven said. She said that they had her father. The police has had her father, at the police station, and they made him rewind it over and over and over again. If they made him rewind it over and over and over and over again for hours, it wasn't adding up to them either. That's something that they're saying is not adding up. So they letting people put their own foot in their mouth. Because I do believe sooner or later, Raven is going to be handcuffed. I have the strangest feeling that she is. And the reason why, like I said, she's running around running her mouth is she's trying to prove her innocence. Really, really hard. But at the same time, she's making herself look more guilty. She's making herself look worse. Okay? Now, even as far as the family that don't want this, shown on TV or whatever on the internet of what happened to Dolph, they can cover up, certain parts of the video. They can put stuff over it and show who all walked in with him or where he was standing at. They can still show those images. They're not doing that. They can even do a reenactment and let us see what happened, but they're not doing that. And I think they're doing that purposely because I do believe that the Makitas had played a part. Okay, and that's why they're trying to protect them. I do believe that. Now, I heard, I watched a video about some, charges are now, filed against them for Dolph's demise. So they did do that. That the people that they have in there, they are being charged with that. But I want y'all to pay attention to something else, okay? Because people are running around talking about the people that's locked up are telling on each other. No, they're not. And the reason why I say no, they're not, because I don't think Straight Drop is saying anything. And the reason why I say this is because Straight Drop has a guy who went in and out, over and over again. And he just got out. And people was like, oh, you're going to do this time and do that time. And then he walked freely up out of there, no matter how serious the charges was. So, do he really still think that this is a game? That he going to still walk up out of there freely? Now, you got to remember, this guy and his mother and all of them has ties to CMG, allegedly, okay? They has ties. Now, another thing that's coming up, and before I get to that, due to the fact that they have ties, that means that, things were promised to him that, as long as you keep your mouth shut, you good. You didn't get out all these other times, we got you. You know what I'm saying? So he is probably the only one that's not saying anything. Now, I don't know, since they, put this public defender on him, or whatever this guy is, because some people say it's public defender, some people say he's paid, I don't know. But I'm going to just say public defender. Since they put this public defender on him, this guy could be telling him some things like, man, this is serious. So maybe he could be talking now, but before, I doubt they were all telling on each other. The person that's doing the talking is the person that then did a ghost move that nobody knows where he is. Now, the reason why I tell you that, this Shundell guy is the major key. He's the key to the lock. Okay, y'all? He's going to unlock the whole thing of what went down. And the reason why I tell you he's the major key is because he was born in Memphis. So he has all the Memphis ties. Okay, to all these guys, straight drop, key guard. He got all the ties to these guys. And he also has the ties to the guys from Dallas. He lived in Fort Worth. He's in the same circle of trap them and all of that stuff. And these the Red Rum crew, okay, y'all? So he's the key, y'all. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, that the stuff that's going on with Shundell, I've never seen it before. Because usually when they have somebody that's in a major case like this, then that person, if they're on the run, you see pictures, they announce it more on the news that if you see this guy, call this number, blah, 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 blah. You have not heard anything else about this man since they said that little announcement. And the only reason why they gave us that is because people were digging, trying to find out if he was still in custody there or was he transferred. And then we found out that there's no record of him on nobody's police station, okay? Not in Dallas, not in Memphis, not in Indiana. Then that's when they said, okay, we got to give some kind of statement and say something. And that's why they said what they said. But I do believe that Shundell is in protective custody, and Shundell is the one that's telling on everybody. I don't believe it's Straight Drop, because Straight Drop he didn't get away with so much stuff that he probably still is not even taking this serious. If you done the things that Straight Drop done and got right back out, it still hasn't hit him yet how much time that he's possibly facing, even life in prison. So he's still thinking that he's going to get a pass, especially when allegedly, he has ties to CMG now, and, they then made him all these promises, y'all. Okay, so you have to think about all of that. But back to this lets you know right here that either somebody was on the inside and hit him up, okay, even being hit in the neck, all that stuff. Somebody was on the inside that started off the hitting, and they finished it outside, as well as he could have been sitting down. Okay, remember I told y'all that a sign was put up that wasn't normally there. It was put right there in that spot where all the holes was. And that's why I think they put that spot there, because I do believe somebody from the Makitas told them he gonna be sitting in a chair right here, right where this spot is at. And that's why he was over there in that corner, because they did not want him in the other camera that was over the register. Okay? So I do believe it's about to get heated up with this case. And now that they've let out this, just further tells you he was hit up from somebody in that inside of that store. And more information is coming out about, everybody knew about, a lot of people that's rapping, and, these are street guys, okay? We all know this. These guys are from the streets. The majority of the rappers that's out here are from the streets, y'all. So they started off, before they got into rap, selling that street pharmacy stuff, okay? So it's no different than the rest. This is not no new news that Dolph was doing that too, okay? And that's like I told y'all in the other video. This is why I do believe people are so quiet, because, they don't want their skeletons to come out the closet, of where the majority of his money, came from. Because they stand to lose things if it's, related to pharmacy stuff, okay? Street pharmacy stuff. So this is why everything is on the hush hush, y'all. And I'm doing a little bit, looking into some things, but I'm finding out about this organization, this anime or something like that, foundation or something. It's looking like this foundation has ties to this cancer center, but I don't know how yet, okay? And this could be why people were talking about it, but I'm still going through a lot of stuff. But it looks as if that this foundation that was set up for somebody in his family, it was set up through, and it has ties to the cancer center. So this stuff is really deep, y'all. And it's going to get deeper before it's over. Okay? So I just wanted to jump on here and let y'all see this, because none of this makes any sense. The only way that this right here, this autopsy makes sense, is if two midgets was at the window hitting up Dolph. Okay, y'all? And that's the only way that they took him down like that. And those two guys laid down on the ground and started hitting upward at him. Because other than that, none of it makes sense. Outside of somebody in that store set it off, okay? Somebody started it off in that store. And like I said, even though, Raven want everybody to believe that the police is all, believing everything that they're saying, if we can see this and have questions about him being hit up in all of those holes, low shots, it's nothing upward. He was hit all in his chest and everything else. No leg hits, no none of that. For to be hidden down that low, he had to have been hit up from the inside, fell to the ground, and then the two guys came in to do the rest. And they wanted to make it look like the guys came in from the outside and started. Somebody was in that store. And somebody was up close on him. Okay, y'all? For to hit him up, he had to have been sitting in a chair talking to somebody that was facing that door. And they made sure that Dolph was facing that door with his back turned against that window as well, so that he wouldn't even see the guys walking up to the window. They made sure he wasn't looking that way. So somebody was standing there talking to him, and then it had to be more. I do believe it was more than one person in the inside that was talking to him. Either Maurice, and this is allegedly, either Maurice and somebody else, or it had to be two people though. I don't know who it was, but it was two people. And somebody walked up to him from the side, and I do believe they hit him up. And somebody did a hit from the front. Okay? And he went down, and they moved themselves out the way or went out the back to the back. And that's when the other people came in, because they probably had a cue for them. Soon as you hear the first hit, then y'all come in and finish the rest. Just as long as, you make sure we get out the way. Now, the thing that I do not understand was, where was the brother? Did one of the Makitas, them, or the people have the brother in the back somewhere talking to him when everything went down, so he wouldn't know who did what? Did he even see who drew first? Could he even be, not aware of what happened? Because it seems as if somebody told him to come to the back and show him something or give him something, and somebody else was talking to Dolph in the front. And whoever was talking to Dolph in the front of the store, those are the ones that played a part in that first hit that took Dolph down. And that's the only thing that makes sense of why his brother was not standing right next to him. Somebody had to have called him to the back for something, y'all, okay? Was he back there counting money? Was he doing something? I don't know. And if this stuff is, illegal, and are they going to tell them the full story? Are they going to tell the police the full story of what went down, especially, and there is no footage of it? Because I really don't believe that is being shown on the tape. Now, she's saying that, the whole thing is on the tape. I beg to differ, because when those guys broke in their store, on that other footage, you don't see that corner over there in that footage, y'all. So what is really going on? What is really going on? And for somebody to be doing all this talking, she's saying a lot to not be saying anything at all about what people really want to know about. Okay, y'all? But I just wanted to jump on here and let y'all see this autopsy report. A lot of red flags, y'all. Lots and lots of red flags, okay? And like I said, if the brother was in the back with someone and he just started hearing all of these, hits, boom, boom. And remember, somebody said they heard one boom, and then that's when they heard the others. So that had to be, that first one was from that inside. And then that was the cue for the other guys to run up. And it was, and like I said, if you look at the paperwork, if you go to Onan TV, he has the paperwork up of the charges. And it says premeditated on the paperwork, y'all. premeditated. So that lets you know this was planned, and it also lets you know that there is a Rico brewing, y'all. Okay, so just sit back. Sit back. I cannot wait until some of Mo3 stuff start falling into place. Okay, just like this, because now you're seeing that, you know, this was premeditated, just like Mo3's was premeditated. And just like a little bit is coming out at a time, people is talking. You see OG Percy, he even coming out saying stuff about Mo3. A lot of people starting to talk. And the more that, you know, the more that rain pee people off, the more that they're going to start talking and letting the cats out the bag. Okay? And if they cared about anything about Mo3 in the first place, they'll be talking anyway. Okay? But like I told you, people are running around acting like they're starstruck. And, you know, they so happy. People be talking about, oh, that the family is still hurting and they crying all the time about Mo3. Why you crying and you ain't doing nothing about it? Because every time I see the family out and about, they're smiling and laughing and meeting celebrities and this and that. And Mo3 stuff is further and further getting brushed under the rug. And the family don't seem to be caring about justice, y'all. They don't seem to be caring about it. They're caring about, you know, being around stars. They're caring about, you know, money. Because you're seeing that's coming out too in Mo3 case that, you know, people are coming forward saying stuff like, what's his name? Real Tune. He's saying things that, you know, ain't nothing moving unless the money right, that his mama ain't letting none of his music go out unless the money right and the this and that and that and this. So she'll put her foot down for, you know, the money that's coming in. She ain't letting nobody make money off of him unless it's she getting paid off of it. But you're not putting your foot down about him being humiliated on an expressway, running around a truck and all of this stuff with people laughing, hanging out the window with toys and stuff from different cars and people filming him at the same time. He went out in the worst humiliating way ever, y'all. Okay, somebody that had a good heart was out here helping people, wasn't doing nothing to people unless they did something to him. And this is how he went out, y'all. This is how he went out, with all of his enemies hanging out the window with phones and recording him laughing like your time is up, and, you know, recording him, and he knowing he has nothing to fight back with. And at the same time this going on, his partner on the phone listening to the whole thing. And I would not be surprised if he was sitting back watching it at the same time he was on the phone with him. Okay, y'all? But he didn't have to be right there because they recorded it. And no doubt, I do believe Rain Man sit back and watch the whole thing that was recorded too, y'all. The little watch party they had. I do believe he saw the tape too. Okay, y'all? Anyway, please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thank you so much for watching.